Fellas, be honest. Does it feel like no matter what you do, your wife always has something to complain about? Like you could bring her the moon, and she'd ask why it's not brighter? Hey, I'm Michael Flynn, and welcome to Relationship Reset Academy. With over 10 years of experience in relationship counseling, I help couples turn their biggest frustrations into deeper connection. In this video, I'm going to break down why your wife might be complaining all the time, and more importantly, how to respond in a way that actually improves your relationship instead of making things worse. By the end of this video, you'll have 3 powerful strategies to stop the endless complaints, get her to appreciate you more, and bring back the peace in your marriage. And no, it's not about ignoring her or just saying, "Yes, dear." Before we dive in, make sure to hit that subscribe button and turn on notifications so you don't miss future relationship-saving tips. All right, let's get into it. Here's what you need to know about why she complains and how to handle it like a pro. First, let's get one thing straight. Your wife isn't just complaining to drive you crazy. It might feel that way, but most of the time, complaints come from an unmet need. When she's saying, "You never listen," or "You don't help around the house," she's actually saying, "I feel unheard," or "I need more support." And before you roll your eyes, I get it. It's exhausting. It feels like no matter what you do, there's always something wrong. But here's the deal. The way you respond makes all the difference. Let me break it down into simple steps. Step 1. Listen without defending yourself. This one's tough, but hear me out. When your wife starts complaining, your natural instinct is to either defend yourself, shut down, or fire back with your own frustrations. That's human nature. But if you've been going down that road and it's only making things worse, it's time to try something different. The moment she starts venting, take a breath. Instead of jumping in to correct her, just listen. Not half listen while thinking of a comeback. Not waiting for your turn to speak. Actually listen. This is where most men go wrong. They assume that listening means agreeing, but that's not the case. Listening is about understanding where she's coming from, even if you don't see it the same way. Let's say she says, "You never help around the house." The knee-jerk reaction is to fire back with, "That's not true. I took out the trash yesterday," or "What are you talking about? I work all day to provide for this family." That reaction is understandable, but it won't get you anywhere. It will only turn the conversation into a battle of who's right and who's wrong. Instead, try pausing for a second before you respond. Take a breath and think, what is she really trying to tell me? Is she overwhelmed? Is she feeling unappreciated? Most of the time, complaints aren't about the exact words being said. They're about emotions underneath the surface. The best response you can give in that moment is something simple that shows you're engaged. A calm, "I hear you. Tell me more about what's bothering you." Or, "I didn't realize you felt that way. Can you help me understand what's making you frustrated?" This doesn't mean you're admitting guilt or agreeing with her completely. It just means you're opening the door for a real conversation instead of another argument. When you do this, something interesting happens. She stops feeling like she has to keep pushing to be heard. And when she feels heard, she naturally complains less. That's a win for both of you. Step 2. Validate her feelings, even if you disagree. A lot of men struggle with this step because it feels like they're admitting they're wrong. But validating her feelings isn't about agreeing with everything she says. It's about acknowledging that her emotions are real, even if you don't see the situation the same way. Think about a time when you were frustrated about something and someone brushed it off. Maybe you were upset about something at work, and instead of listening, your buddy said, "You're overreacting, man. Just let it go." How did that make you feel? Probably irritated, dismissed, or even more frustrated. That's exactly how your wife feels when she expresses something, and you respond with, "That's not true," or "You're making a big deal out of nothing." Next time she complains, resist the urge to minimize her feelings. Instead, acknowledge them. If she says, "You never make time for me," you don't have to say, "You're right, I'm a terrible husband." But you could say, "I get why you feel that way. Things have been busy lately, and I don't want you to feel like you're not important to me." This does 2 things. First, it makes her feel like she's not talking to a wall. Second, it stops the conversation from turning into a back-and-forth argument. When people feel validated, they naturally calm down. They don't feel the need to keep pushing to prove their point. One of the biggest reasons couples struggle is because they don't know how to make each other feel heard and understood. If you want to learn more about strengthening that connection and making communication easier, check out romancedictionary.com/marriage. It's got simple, effective strategies you can start using today to make your marriage feel better for both of you. The link is in the pop-up here and in the description below. Step 3. Ask directly, how can we fix this? Most of the time, when your wife complains, it's because she wants something to change. But here's the mistake a lot of men make. They assume they know what she wants without actually asking. They either try to fix the problem the wrong way or get defensive because they think she just wants to argue. Instead of guessing, ask her directly. When she's upset about something, instead of saying, "What do you want me to do about it?" in an annoyed tone, try, "I want to make this better. What would help?" Or, "I don't want you to feel like this. How can I fix it?" That simple shift in approach can change everything. When you do this, you're showing her that you're not just hearing her complaints, you're actually willing to do something about them. That's powerful. And sometimes, the answer is much simpler than you think. If she says, "I just need you to listen without interrupting me," now you know what to work on. If she says, "I need more help with the kids," now you have a clear direction. And if she says, "I just want to feel appreciated," that tells you the real issue isn't about what you're doing, it's about how she feels. A lot of times, women don't necessarily want a huge change. They just want to see effort. When you ask her how to fix things, you're giving her the opportunity to tell you exactly what would make her feel better. That's a game changer. Step 4. Shift from problem-focused to solution-focused. If all your conversations revolve around what's wrong in your relationship, that negativity starts to take over. When every interaction feels like another complaint or another argument, it's easy to feel like your marriage is just one big problem. But here's the thing. Problems don't fix themselves just by talking about them over and over again. At some point, the focus has to shift to what's working and what can be improved. If she says, "You never spend time with me," instead of arguing about whether that's true, acknowledge her feelings and then shift the conversation to solutions. Try, "I don't want you to feel that way. Let's plan a night just for us this week." Now, instead of getting stuck in the problem, you're moving toward a solution. The same goes for any other complaint. If she says, "You don't help around the house," instead of getting defensive, take action. If you notice dishes in the sink, handle them before she even mentions it. If the laundry is piling up, fold a load without being asked. These small things add up and create an environment where she doesn't feel the need to constantly remind you. And here's the key. When you start making these small changes, don't expect immediate praise. Sometimes, your efforts won't be acknowledged right away. That's okay. What matters is consistency. Over time, she'll notice, and the complaints will start to decrease because she won't feel like she has to keep asking. At the end of the day, every relationship has challenges. But the couples who succeed are the ones who focus on solutions instead of getting stuck in a cycle of frustration. At the end of the day, your wife isn't complaining because she hates you. She's complaining because she wants things to be better. And the more you approach it with patience, curiosity, and effort, the fewer complaints you'll hear. And hey, if you want more game-changing strategies for making your marriage stronger, don't forget to check out romancedictionary.com/marriage. It's packed with powerful tips you can start using today. The link is in the pop-up here and in the description below. Also, before you go, hit that subscribe button, turn on notifications, and leave a comment below. What's one thing your wife always complains about? I read every comment and would love to hear from you. And if you like this, watch the next video I've got for you. It's going to take your relationship to the next level. See you there.